Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm really happy you're here today because in this episode, we are going to do something a little different. Instead of focusing only on vocabulary or only on expressions, today we are going to mix everything together. You'll hear natural English, daily expressions, simple explanations, and small moments where I talk directly to you. This way, you're not just learning English, you're experiencing it. So get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's begin. Part 1 is the city morning. It was a cool morning in the city. Not cold, not warm, just that perfect temperature where you feel awake the moment you step outside. The sun wasn't fully up yet, but the sky had already turned a soft shade of blue. Imagine you're standing on a quiet street, shops are closed, cars are few, but the world feels ready to start. Today's story follows a young woman named Clara, who decided to take a quiet morning walk before work. She loved mornings like this, calm, peaceful, a little slow. As she stepped outside her apartment, she whispered to herself. You know what whispered is? Whispered. You say something shortly. Today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a good day. This is something native speakers say a lot. It simply means I feel positive about today. Today is gonna be a good day. She put on her headphones, started some soft music, and began walking down the street. Now, before we go deeper into the story, here's your first expression of the episode. Expression 1. Take your time. I mentioned that before in my last episode, but I repeat it again. It means don't rush, be relaxed, go slowly. For example, it is Sunday morning, take your time. Clara was definitely taking her time that morning. And part 2 is related to the bakery and the small surprise. Listen to this. As Clara continued walking, she noticed the smell of freshly baked bread coming from the small bakery at the corner, and the place had just opened. The lights were warm and the windows were slightly foggy from the heat inside, and she smiled and said, "Okay, I need to go in." Inside the bakery, an old man behind the counter greeted her with a cheerful, "Good morning, you're up early." Clara laughed and said, "I know, I couldn't sleep, thought a walk might help." Here is an expression you'll hear often. You're up early. It means you woke up earlier than usual. Clara looked at the pastries, and one item caught her eye, a small croissant with chocolate inside. The man noticed her staring and said, "If you want a recommendation, that one is our best seller." Here is another useful expression, bestseller. It means the most popular product. Bestseller. Clara said, "All right, I'll take one." She paid, took her croissant, and found a small table near the window. The city was slowly waking up. People were starting to walk by. Lights were turning on in buildings. While eating, Clara took out her notebook. She liked writing small thoughts in the morning. Things like what she was grateful for, what she wanted to do that day, or how she was feeling. She wrote one sentence. "I want to enjoy the little things today." It was the sentence she wrote. And that brings us to another expression. The little things means the small moments or simple pleasures that make life nicer. There is a strange conversation here in part 3. A few minutes later, a woman around Clara's age entered the bakery. She looked a bit lost and she looked at Clara and then at the old man, then back at Clara. "Sorry, do you know if this street leads to the river?" Her voice sounds unsure. Clara smiled kindly and said, "Yes, you just keep walking straight for 5 minutes and you'll see it." The woman exhaled with relief. You know what exhale? Exhale is like that. "Oh, thank God, I'm new in this city and I get lost everywhere." Here is another expression. Thank God. It means used when you feel relieved something is okay. The woman seemed friendly, so Clara continued the conversation. They said, "Where are you from?" And she said, "Spain. Moved here 2 weeks ago." Clara nodded and said, "That's exciting." The woman laughed nervously and said, "It is, but everything feels new. Yesterday I got lost inside the mall for 20 minutes. Clara giggled and said, "That's relatable. Even locals get lost there." Here is an expression for you that is relatable. It means I understand. I've experienced that too. That's relatable. The woman introduced herself. "My name is Sophia, by the way." And Clara said, "I'm Clara." The two talked for a few minutes about the city, about moving, about favorite places, and then Sophia said, "I don't want to bother you. Thanks for help." Clara shook her head and said, "No, you're not bothering me at all." Here's another useful expression, "you're not bothering me." It means it's okay, you're not causing a problem. Sophia smiled and headed out and waving goodbye. Clara watched her go and thought, what a nice person. Part 4 is related to walking toward the river. After finishing her croissant, Clara stepped out of the bakery, and the city was fully awake now. Buses, bicycles, dogs, children, all moving like pieces in a big morning puzzle. As she walked, she noticed something funny. People walking dogs, or maybe dogs walking people. Some dogs pulled their owners like they were in the race, and Clara laughed quietly. She whispered, "Classic." It means a typical common thing that happens. Classic. Birds were flying low over the water, and the wind was soft. Clara took a deep breath and felt a sense of peace. She sat on a bench near the river, and a woman next to her was talking on a phone saying, "I'll be there in 5 minutes. I'm literally around the corner." This gives us another expression, literally around the corner. It means very close, not far at all. Very close, literally around the corner. Clara looked around and thought about life, how fast it moves, how slow mornings feel, how small moments like this can change your whole mood. She took out her notebook again and wrote, "I want to be more present." I want to be more present. Now I want to speak directly to you, listener. Right now you're learning English through a simple story. Maybe you're walking, maybe you're cleaning, maybe you're relaxing, but you're here improving your English. Here is something important. Be present. Do you remember she wrote something, said, "I want to be more present." It means focus on the moments you're in. I want to be more present. Clara's morning walk is a reminder of something simple. Life feels better when you slow down, even for 5 minutes. And when you learn English slowly, naturally, calmly, you remember more, you understand more, and you enjoy more. So I want to ask you a question. You don't need to answer out loud, just think about it. What small moments make your day feel better? Maybe your morning coffee, your favorite song, sunlights through the window, a quiet walk, or this podcast you're listening to right now. Whatever it is, notice it, appreciate it, be present with it. Let's move on to part 6, ending the story. Back to the story, after sitting near the river for a while, Clara decided it was time to head back. She had work to do, tasks to finish, people to talk to, but she didn't feel stressed. This morning had given her something valuable, a feeling of calm. As she walked home, she repeated one sentence in her mind, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. And that's our final expression, one thing at a time. It means don't do everything at once. Focus on one thing, then the next. One thing at a time. When she finally reached her apartment, she poured herself a glass of water, sat at her desk, opened her laptop, and smiled. She was ready for the day. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of English Learning Podcast. Today you learned natural expressions, vocabulary, real conversational English, and a full story you can visualize. Remember, the best way to improve English is to listen more, think more, enjoy more, and enjoy the process. If you like today's episode, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and listen again tomorrow. You can listen to this episode over and over. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, take care, be present, and keep learning English. Goodbye for now.